Hello, I'm presenting a case study entitled Transforming an Idea into a Marketable Product. I'm Professor Naresh Rakha, doctorate in immunology from University of Liverpool, England. I served the veterinary university at Hisar as Professor of Preventive Medicine and discharged the administrative duties of Dean PG Studies, Controller, Associate Director of Research, Head of the Department, etc. The case I'm presenting relates to the efforts of my team working on ultraviolet germicidal irradiation technology, commonly called UVGI technology. The team had on board two more experts, viz. Dr. Khushbu Rakha, who is Assistant Professor in the Department of Metallurgical and Materials Engineering at Indian Institute of Technology, Roper, and Dr. S. Reza, Chief Technical Officer at TechMehak Consultants. I'm showcasing the entire process of transforming an idea into a marketable device of public utility to promote health and wellness. It involved several steps like idea generation, technology selection, design, selection of advanced materials, IPR protection, technology transfer, and commercialization. I believe that you are well conversant with the basics of all these aspects of entrepreneurship and also with the ways and means of harnessing the newer technologies. This case study is the journey from idea to a marketable product. Let me first show some of the products the team had developed. These are a series of UVGI technology empowered devices to disinfect surface and spaces to ensure that disease causing microorganisms are in the minimal number in spaces where we live and on the surfaces of things we use and consume so that we live in a healthy environment and use safe products. The team worked upon 5 devices designed for different purposes, and these are disinfection cabinets, space disinfection trolley, currency and document disinfection device, PPE sterilization equipments, and doffing station. The team designed 4 cabinets. 3 of these were designed for the industry, and besides the first trunk, which was converted to disinfection box. These cabinets are useful to disinfect the food and utility items which we buy from outside and bring home. Even the personal items can also be disinfected whenever we return home from work or visiting outside, as we have explained this in the following video. Space disinfection trolley was designed for Momentum India and is being widely used in hospitals, hotels, schools, Bollywood studios, etc. These devices were exported to Dubai Sports City for their use in hotels and stadium where IPL 2020 was held.
Device designed by experts at IIT Roper. Whether a large space or a densely furnished room, all you need to do is plug in. This is the future of sanitization today. Coming from leaders in safety auditing and systems design, UV Safe has inbuilt safety features to ensure that the only harm done is to microbes. UV Safe's revolutionary zero shadow and angular wing design ensure 360-degree coverage of high-start surfaces with least amount of obstruction.
Currency and document disinfection device was designed for banks and offices where currency and documents exchange hands and cannot be disinfected with regular disinfection methods. Currency notes and documents, if they are passed through a slit of the device, 99.9% of the pathogens will die.
I will now demonstrate the operation of this device. This device is very easy to operate. Just switch it on and you can pass your banknotes through it at a normal pace, not very slow, not very fast. We can also disinfect a credit card, debit card. A4 or letter size documents can also be disinfected using this device. The only thing to take care about is the documents or currency notes should be disinfected one by one and not stacked over each other.
Personal protective equipment, commonly known as PPE, are costly and are not washable. So we designed three-way PPE disinfection equipments using ultrasound, UVGI, and oxidation technology to disinfect them for their reuse. Doffing station is usually a corner in hospitals where the doctors and medical staff put off their PPE and dispose them off. This area is most contaminated and potential source for infection, which can affect the doctors and staff working over there. We designed a doffing station which gets disinfected automatically before and after someone uses that station for doffing. I'm sharing our personal journey with you, giving the insights into the entire process of generating idea, designing, prototyping, and commercialization of UVGI based devices. On the evening of 24th March 2020, the Government of India claimed a nationwide lockdown as a preventive measure against the COVID-19 pandemic. The media coverage of pandemic was frightening and it was being reported how the virus was spreading through the droplets and inanimate objects since virus was staying in the spaces and surfaces for quite some time. It was 25th March 2020, the first day of lockdown. I was seriously thinking of finding means and ways to contain the spread of SARS-CoV-2 virus. I recalled that while doing the cell culture work in a clean air workstation, we used ultraviolet radiations to disinfect the working space. I knew that the UV radiations are injurious to wide spectrum of microorganisms. So I thought, can we use ultraviolet radiations to inactivate the deadly coronavirus? I thought of experimenting with the idea of making a UV radiations empowered box in which we could disinfect common household products of food and other utilities which we bring home. These things and personal items can be potential carriers of microorganisms from outside to inside of our homes. Since the laboratories and markets were closed, we thought of using things available at home. I took the old metal trunk, removed a UV lamp from the water purifier, and asked the institute engineer to get the UV lamp fitted into it. The food grade aluminum foil was pasted in the entire interior surface of the trunk as an alternative to aluminum coating. The trial of disinfection was conducted and we found it was successful. Here was the first prototype of the idea. A video explaining its preparation and functioning was shot and uploaded on YouTube on 3rd April 2020. In these days of coronavirus pandemic, we need to be very careful and should sterilize everything we are bringing in our home from outside, maybe shopping, grocery, milk or anything else. We have made a very simple device for the purpose. The video caught the attention of public as it was simple and doable at home. Many establishments like police, army and administrative units in many states got similar devices locally made and used them for the protection of frontline workers as well as the general public. Here I would like to mention that in response to the unprecedented health challenges posed by the COVID-19, we saw a unique opportunity to effect a change, repurposing our expertise to deploy relevant, timely, practical, and research-backed knowledge for the effective restraint of SARS-CoV-2 virus spread. Our team, equipped with multidisciplinary expertise in preventive medicine, mathematical modeling, advanced material engineering, 3D modeling, and designing skills, embarked upon virtual idea blitz. This case study describes the key learning outcomes of the spontaneous entrepreneurial endeavor, provides evidence that showcases the value of the time compressed initiatives accelerating the process of finding solutions. We came up with practical and acceptable solutions to public at large and specifically to industry, administrators and professional institutions who replicated the products built upon our approach and led to large-scale adoption of UVGI technology. We are glad that the community-based coordinated efforts were undertaken by many to thwart the ongoing threat of COVID-19. Coming to the step one of generating an idea, the process of developing and conveying prescriptive ideas depends on sequence of thoughts from the original concept to implementation. Ideas can spring forth from past or present knowledge, external influences, opinions, convictions, or principles. As you know that ultraviolet radiations at certain wavelength can kill or inactivate the bacteria, virus, fungi, mold, etc. by changing the nucleotide sequence of DNA or RNA. These UV radiations are also harmful to skin and eyes of human beings and animals. For decades, I had used UV radiations to kill microorganisms in the clean air workstation. So the team focused on idea of using UVGI and extensively searched and understood the properties of UVGI, its effect on DNA, and its potential applications to disinfect surfaces and spaces. The advanced materials which can reflect the UV rays, transparent materials, etc. were figured out. The team decided to go ahead with the designing devices exploiting the germicidal properties of UVC. The initial first prototype of disinfection trunk had certain limitations. We felt the need to add some more features like number one, autocut for switching off UV lamp in case it is mistakenly opened without manually switching off the UV lamp. Number two, putting multiple lamps at strategic positions to provide 360-degree disinfection of all surfaces of the articles to be disinfected. And number three, placing a timer to regulate the dose of radiations. In partnership with manufacturing industries, the team designed specific cabinets of various sizes and purposes. The second step was of technology transfer. As we all know, Government of India encourages transfer of technology to the target beneficiaries. The technical know-how for manufacturing the disinfection cabinets was offered to the society without any cost. Three industries that came forward were given all the technical inputs and the rights to manufacture and sell. Since the institute and innovators were not charging the manufacturers, the institute imposed a limit on the sale price so that these devices could reach the public at affordable prices. This mode is known as tech transfer. The 5 tailor-made devices with additional features as per the industry requirement were the outcome of consultancy projects. The first mode of technology transfer is, as per the institute policy, the technologies developed at the institute should be transferred to the interested parties either on exclusive or non-exclusive rights basis. Exclusive transfer of technology means the buyer will have exclusive rights on the technology or the product and institute will not share the technology with anyone else. The non-exclusive technology transfer, in fact, is the most common practice wherein institute transfers technology to anyone and everyone who is interested. The technology transfer fee is more for exclusive rights transfer compared to non-exclusive rights transfer. The remuneration to the consultants depends on how much institutional facilities were used while developing the product. The second mode is consultancy. It is a long-term project undertaken by the consultants specifically for the client for a mutually agreed duration and consultancy fee. The client presents his needs as deliverables and both parties, with consultants and clients, remain in touch with each other on regular basis. Consultancy fee is negotiable between consultants and the client. The concerned authority of the institute takes care of the office work and the financials. Regarding non-disclosure agreement, consultants and industry representative, henceforth called both the parties, need to sign a non-disclosure agreement, that is NDA, on a standard format designed by the institute, and the format is available on the institute website. NDA binds both the parties that the confidential information shared by both the parties during the conduct of consultancy project will not be made public or shared with the competitors. Next step we took was applying for grant of patent and copyright. Institute encourages innovators to file patent or copyright application for technology, design, report, process, etc. for its protection. Institute has IPR cell to guide the innovators and support them in getting such applications filed. At national level, National Research Development Council (NRDC) also supports the individuals in filing the process. Even patent attorneys can also be hired for the purpose. We also applied for patent of the design and copyright of the technical report and successfully received the registration. The final step was commercialization of the products. The successful culmination of an innovation is its field application and market availability. We took several steps to ensure that the devices which we ideated, designed, and prototyped should reach the common man. The first step in this direction we took was that we publicized through electronic, social, and print media with the help of public relation officer of the institute. Among others, Minister of Education and also Ministry of Education, Government of India, Press Trust of India, Press Information Bureau, etc. They also endorsed and applauded our innovations through their official social media platforms. This way, the general public, manufacturers and interested parties, they came to know about all these innovations, contacted us for further consultancy projects. And finally, the future innovation and scope in this case study. The team is constantly working on potential applications of UVGI technology in two aspects. Number one, minimizing the pathogen load and enhancing the shelf life of food and food products. Secondly, we are working upon ensuring the safety of the UVGI handling personals and the processes. With this, I'll take leave. I hope this case study is interesting and well understood by everyone. Thank you very much.